All right, quick question. Take a look at these three physiques for a second. Which one actually looks the most aesthetic? Yeah, most people pick the same one. Not the massive bodybuilder and not the skinny dude either. It's the one right in the middle. Broad shoulders, tight waist, lean muscle, that classic superhero look. And here's the crazy part. That look isn't about being the biggest guy in the room. It's about having the right proportions. You see it everywhere. Greek statues, superheroes, even the physiques people admire the most today. They all follow the same pattern. So, if you've been hitting the gym consistently, but your physique still looks kind of average, there's a good chance you're focusing on the wrong things. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what makes a body look aesthetic and how you can start building that look yourself. Let's get into it. What actually makes a physique look aesthetic? First things first, everyone has a different opinion about the perfect body. Some people think bigger is always better. Others think being super shredded is the goal. But when you really break it down, aesthetics mostly comes down to two things: body fat and proportions. Let's start with body fat. You've probably heard people say the dad bod is attractive. But let's be real for a second. Very few people are actually trying to look like that. Most physiques that people consider attractive fall somewhere around 10 to 15% body fat. That's lean enough to show muscle definition, but not so lean that you feel like you're dying every day. You've got visible abs, shoulder definition, chest separation, the works. But body fat alone doesn't create an aesthetic physique. The real game changer is proportions. The secret behind the V-taper. Here's where most people mess up. They just train everything randomly and hope it all looks good in the end. But aesthetics is actually about creating a specific shape, and that shape is called the V-taper. Wide shoulders, wide back, and a tight waist. That contrast is what creates that superhero silhouette. There's even a rough ratio people talk about. The ideal shoulder-to-waist ratio is around 1.6. That basically means your shoulders should look about 1.5 times wider than your waist. That's why some guys who aren't even that big still look amazing, because their proportions are dialed in. They built the right muscles, not just more muscle. The muscles that matter most. So, if you're trying to build that aesthetic look, some muscles matter way more than others. The big ones are shoulders, back, chest, and arms. Those muscles build the frame of your physique. Think of it like building a house. If the frame looks good, everything else falls into place. And the first muscle group that makes a huge difference is your shoulders. Build your shoulder width. If you want to look more aesthetic almost instantly, you gotta build your side delts. Your shoulders have 3 heads: front delts, rear delts, and side delts. But side delts are the ones that really add width to your body. And when your shoulders look wider, your waist automatically looks smaller, which is exactly what we want. One of the best exercises for this is lateral raises. And a lot of people do these wrong. They grab heavy dumbbells and start swinging them around like crazy. But honestly, lighter weight with strict form works way better. Slow reps, control the movement, focus on lifting with your elbows instead of your hands. Trust me, do it right and those side delts will start popping. Don't neglect your upper chest. Next up is the chest, but specifically the upper chest. Most people spend all their time bench pressing flat, and yeah, that builds muscle, but it usually makes the lower chest bigger while the upper chest stays flat, and that can make your physique look kind of droopy. If you want that aesthetic chest shape, you gotta prioritize incline pressing. Incline dumbbell press, incline barbell press, anything with the bench set around 30 to 45 degrees works great. Focus on slow, controlled reps. Stretch at the bottom and squeeze the chest at the top. That upper chest shelf is what gives your torso that powerful look. Build a wider back. Now let's talk about your back. More specifically, your lats. Your lats are the muscles that create that wing-like shape on your back. And when they grow, they make your waist look way smaller, which helps exaggerate that V-taper. Some of the best exercises for this are pull-ups, chin-ups, and lat pull-downs. But here's a tip most beginners miss. Instead of thinking about pulling with your hands, think about pulling your elbows down toward your hips. That small mental cue activates your lats way more. Don't skip leg day. Now, look, even though aesthetics focuses a lot on the upper body, you still can't skip leg day. Nobody wants to look like a superhero on top and a chicken on the bottom. Training legs keeps your physique balanced. Squats, lunges, Romanian deadlifts, all solid options. Plus, training legs actually helps with overall strength and hormone production. So yeah, leg day stays. Small details that make a huge difference. Once the main muscles are built, the smaller details start to matter. Two muscles that can seriously upgrade your look are forearms and neck. Let's start with forearms. Big forearms make your arms look stronger even when you're just standing there. One simple way to build them is dead hangs. Just hang from a pull-up bar for as long as you can. That builds crazy grip strength and forearm size. You can also try something like a rice bucket workout. It sounds weird, but it works. Why neck training matters. Now let's talk about neck training. Most people never train their neck, but when someone has a thicker neck, it instantly makes their whole upper body look more powerful. Football players are a perfect example. Neck training usually includes 3 movements: flexion, extension, and side flexion. Start light and focus on control. Over time, your neck will get stronger and thicker. The truth about abs. All right, now let's talk about abs, because a lot of people think doing 500 crunches a day will give them a six-pack, but that's not really how it works. Your abs are muscles just like your biceps or chest. They grow best with resistance and progressive overload. So instead of doing endless reps, try weighted ab exercises. Cable crunches, weighted leg raises, decline sit-ups. Train them hard like any other muscle. But here's the thing. Even the strongest abs won't show if your body fat is too high, which brings us to the final piece, getting lean. This is where everything finally comes together. When your body fat drops closer to 10 to 12%, your muscles start looking way more defined. Your shoulders pop, your waist tightens, and the V-taper becomes super obvious. A few habits make this process a lot easier. First, walk more. Something as simple as hitting 10,000 steps a day can help burn extra calories. Second, eat enough protein. If you're training regularly, aim for 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Protein helps preserve muscle while you lose fat. And third, stay consistent. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline and habits keep you progressing. Outro. At the end of the day, building an aesthetic physique isn't about random workouts or chasing the biggest numbers in the gym. It's about building the right shape. Focus on wider shoulders, build your back, develop your upper chest, stay lean, and keep your proportions balanced. Do that consistently, and over time, your body will naturally start developing that classic V-taper physique, the kind of body that actually turns heads.